Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we'll be looking at the last of my Halloween-themed reviews. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface from NECA Real Toys, but basically NECA. I got this from a good friend of mine named Jasmine. Jasmine, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate you. $25 for this. It was a steal. It's a fucking steal. Thank you so much. Box damage a little bit, but don't care because I'm not a box collector. So that don't bother me at all. These are made for box collectors though, in case you do want to get this figure and you don't want to open it, because it has a window right here. You can open up and see inside all the accessories and the figure itself. Look at Bubba. Leatherface looks good. By the way, that's his nickname, Bubba. I play the game way too much. Ever since the game came out, I got it and I love it. I know a lot of people hate it, and for good reason. There's a lot of pain in the asses, but that's with all games, even great games. There's always some little things. But for the most part, I love this game. I love playing it. I love playing it with my queens, aka my crew, my queen crew. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it. I love the game. So I figured I should have a figure to represent. I got a Jason to represent my Friday the 13th. There we go. Friday the 13th, you know, love, because I play that game all the time. But yeah, the deal with this is that he's not a real, this is not based off real events, no matter what that thing says in the intro of the movie. There are some things that were inspired off real events, basically mainly off him and the shit he did, not everything. So I'm gonna open the figure and then we're gonna get into that, okay? I'm gonna basically burst your bubble and give you the true story on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's do this. Okay, one thing I want to note here, I was not aware that this was never opened before. Like, the seal was still on the box when I opened it, and this guy is still in his twist ties. So once again, thank you so much, Jasmine, for giving me a brand new Bubba for $25 straight. You are amazing. Awesome. And by brand new, I just mean like unopened, never taken out. All right, now I'm gonna do, you know me, for those of you who watch me, been doing this pause magic lately. I love it. Just makes things go so much faster. All right, and then we put this up here, and then we do that. All right. Now let's keep it over here. It's a little more centered over here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do pause trick. Okay. So, the deal with Bubba is, well, first off, his name's not Bubba. In real life, this character is based off a real life person called Ed Gein. He's from the 1950s. And by the way, the Bubba character here, the figure here, is about 7.5 inches tall. We'll say under, a little over 7.5, so we'll say under 8 inches tall. And say from elbow to elbow, he's about 3.5 inches wide. Okay? So, under 8 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide. Now, Ed Gein, not him, not Bubba, not Leatherface. The real life person that Bubba was based off, Ed Gein, was a real life person in the 1950s. And he's, you know, he may have killed his own brother. They've never been able to prove it, but he may have killed his own brother as a child, just because he's jealous of the love that his mother gives out. Like, he wanted only his mom to love him and only give him attention, something like that. I'm giving you a gist of it. If you want to know more, I'll leave a link below that gives you way more details. But yeah, he blew up his own spot, okay, during the cops questioning him, because he basically ended up shooting some chick in the back of the head at a gas station, and like ended up like cutting her up and wearing some of her and making chairs out of her and all this shit. And when they went to go question him, he thought they were talking about her. They were actually questioning him about a different person who he may have killed. And he blew up his own spot, saying this other chick, and I think her name was Miss Warden. And, you know, that was it. They were just like, who are you talking about? And he's like, he's dead. She's dead, ain't she? And yeah, that was it. He blew up his own spot. And then he ended up confessing to most of it, saying that, yeah, I shot her in the back of the head, and I was crazy when I did it, even though it probably wasn't. I mean, he is crazy, but I don't think he did it by accident. I don't think that was an accident. Taking a break off the story here, I'm noticing that this, oh, okay. I was about to say it's stuck to the front of his knee, and it's just because it was caught on the lip there. And this is real material here, like this is real cloth material. This is dope. This feels really nice. This looks so good. Very well done. It's got that shine a little bit on the light. Very nice material. Yeah. Arms are articulating pretty good. Wrists are articulating pretty good. I love the bone necklace he's got wearing here. Although it's like a bronzish, so maybe that's not gold. I mean, maybe that's not bones. Definitely not gold. Legs articulate decent. I have to say, I'm surprised they come up that high. He's Leatherface, you know. He runs a lot, but he's not doing a lot of acrobatic stuff. So, especially in the game. Arms articulate pretty good too, so you're going to be able to do a lot of his poses with his chainsaw. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad on articulation. Detail is definitely off the charts. He looks exactly the way he looks in the original 1974 movie. Looks really good. I don't like how that's happening when I turn his head and that strap comes off, but I think you can fix that. And if not, you just turn it and it looks right again. His head range is actually really, really good. Well, to a certain extent. If he wants to look all the way up, he's going to have to look left or right. Because I don't think you're going to get him to look that up like that. Now, so yeah, that's articulation. I like the tie they did here. It's like a rubbery material. It's not the same material like this. And they did all the detail underneath too. Oh, I'm flashing him. Yo, look at that Bubba crotch. All right, so, oh wait, does he have butt cheeks? He does not have, well, he kind of does, but not really. And they're allowing him still to articulate. He's got one butt cheek, and it doesn't allow him, I mean, it does allow him to go all the way back. So, yeah, good job, NECA. On the kind of no butt cheeks. He's still got some booty, but he's got that weird booty. Okay, anyway, let's stop talking about Bubba's butt. I would like to bring it back to what I was talking about, which was the little history here. I'm going to bring him up close for this. So, after they finally took him in and put him away, they went into his house and they found a whole lot of fucked up shit. This is the real life story I'm telling you now. Not about Bubba, about Ed Gein, who he is based off, okay? So, they found body parts cut up all over the place, including Miss Warden's body parts. Her skull, a lot of furniture made out of body parts. So that was definitely taken from that into the movie and the game. Then they found about 9 masks made of facial skin from women, like female facial skin. So that's real. That really happened. Skin suits they found. That was real. That really happened. But, you know, what's not real and is not true is that they don't have any fucking record of this guy killing people. Like, any evidence is what I'm saying, with a chainsaw. Chainsaw never happened in real life. He was not killing people with chainsaw. Okay? You know where the chainsaw came from? The director. The director, Tobe Hooper, or Toby Hooper? I said Tobe. Toby Hooper. So Toby Hooper basically was shopping, and he was on a shopping trip. The store was packed with a lot of people, and he was looking at a wall with a bunch of chainsaws on the wall. And he was like, just, you know, thinking to himself in his head, like, man, I know how I could get all these people to move real fast. If I took one of these chainsaws and just started them up, the noise of the chainsaw would just make everybody scared and run away. He didn't do it. He didn't really do it. He just thought of it in his head. And that is where the idea for the chainsaw came from for Bubba. Now, the facial skins, this is real. This is grandma, by the way. This is the accessory head for him. And this is the grandma mask. That's what they call it in the game, at least. This is grandma. I don't know if it's really grandma's face, but that's what they call this in the game, grandma. Okay? And the facial skin was a real thing. This really did happen. But the guy's name was Ed Gein, not Bubba, not Leatherface. And yeah, he was really doing all that crazy shit. But he didn't use a chainsaw. Like I said, you know what Ed Gein used? A fucking gun. A .22 caliber, and shot the chick right in the back of her head. Okay? So it's not always as crazy as the movies make it out to be. You know, like, I could totally picture him actually using real life butcher knife or shank. It's a blade, but I wanted to call it a shank. Shing, 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 shing. And then we have the hammer or mallet, if you will. And I believe this is the mallet that they give Grandpa. Grandpa, save Grandpa. Don't let them stab Grandpa, please. And this is the hook that they basically, this is hooked on something, and then he picks up the victims and he hooks them right in the back on there, and they're just hanging in the air like that on the hook. And it's got blood on it. Oh, that's been blurry the whole time. So sorry. Here you go. It's got blood on it. They did a really good job on that. My hand is so white, you can see that very good. And there's the mallet. This is the mallet that they give Grandpa to knock the chick out with, but in the game that never happens, ever. Will it happen? Maybe, I don't know. And this is an awesome accessory right here. This is a silica gel pack. Throw away, don't eat. Do not eat me. Jesus. Yeah, they put those in there. I haven't seen those in the figures in a while. So the whole decorating the house with bones and shit more or less did happen. This is the background that came in the box, clearly. But it wasn't really like, some of this probably was real, but this was all inspired off, you know, what they just found out in the news reports and the police reports. And it gets deeper, man. Like, he claims that he was digging up bodies, that he didn't kill all the bodies that they found in his house. I don't know, man. I mean, to each his own, but they did kind of prove that he might have been telling the truth, because they went to all the body spots, like all the graves that he said he dug up, and they were there, dug up. So it is most likely that he didn't kill a lot of people. He probably killed like 2 or 3 people in real life. And then the rest of those bodies were dug up from graves. And that's why his house was decorated with so many body parts, you know? It's pretty crazy. Oh, that comes off. Okay, just checking. But I want that to happen right now, because this is a pain in the ass. This always is. These Grip's gotta open up for the first time. There we go. And just, I need to put some pressure on that. Oh, almost took off his bracelet. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. What else did he claim? Because they thought he was a serial killer, but most likely he was just a really fucking weird guy, digging up bodies, missing his mother. He is obsessed with his mother. And when she died of a stroke, he kind of lost it because he didn't have anybody else. He was alone after that. So the house that he lives in looks very similar to the house of the family house, but it's not the same. It's not exactly the same. But it looks, the area they were living in looks the same, that's for sure. Like, the director definitely took a lot of inspiration from the real life events. This looks great. This looks exactly like the way it was in the game and in the movie. I love it. I'm gonna put him up here now. And the other thing that was pretty fucking crazy is that he may have dug up his own mother's body. They don't know that for sure. They do know that he was claiming that he was in a daze when he did these things, like that he was not aware of what he was doing when he did it. Oh, interesting. No ball peg. Just a regular peg hole. So that's what he claims. He also claimed that he would wear the skin suits and go outside in the middle of the night and dance naked with the skin suits on in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight, wearing skin suits of other people's skin. Yeah, no, I'm done. So that's a good remix, right? Oh yeah. Can't wait to hear that on the charts. Never. His grandma face looks so more like less appealing, like scary. Ew. Nastier looking. I guess that's good though for horror people, right? That means it's a good thing. I love how that looks right there, that cut right there, and you see the neck underneath the like rip of the skin mask. That looks great. This looks so good. It articulates pretty damn good too. Very good figure. Very good figure. Let's see if I can get him to do his classic. Usually you see him doing this in the game in the Pretty Woman outfit, which I'll see if I can get. Pretty Woman outfit is basically him in the suit. He wears a suit with a female mask, and they call that the Pretty Woman look. Pretty woman walking down the street with a chainsaw, gonna cut you up. It doesn't need to rhyme, okay? I'm stupid no matter what. Anyway. Yeah. My very bad chainsaw imitation. Let's look at him much more. You know, you can see his eyes inside there. If I go too close, you're not going to see it, but there you go. You can probably see it there. They did a really good job on the detail of the face here. Like, I want to go closer, but then you can't see, so I'm going to stay right here. Yeah. So what else did I want to talk about with this figure here? This motherfucker's car that he used to store bodies with, it was sold to a carnival sideshow. So out there somewhere is the real life car of the real life Leatherface, Ed Gein, that he used to fucking like put bodies in. Maybe it was destroyed. I don't know. I didn't look up that far into it, but that's fucking pretty crazy, man. Like, that's just fucking nuts. I think I want his Bubba mask on. And I think I want to switch up. I want this in one hand. God damn it. So that hand keeps popping off easy. Just heads up. Yeah, but can you believe that though? Someone out there has the real life car of like the fucking car he was putting the body parts in and shit, bro. That shit is crazy. Like, cray. And it's probably worth so much money now for why? I don't know why. That's so fucked up that that's worth money. But whatever. I lost his balance. There we go. What else is a crazy thing I could say? Well, do you want to know what happened to him? I bet you do. He ended up going to jail. But before he got in jail, they put him in a psych ward for about 10 years. So, I guess not jail. He was never put in jail. He was put in a psych ward. Let me correct myself. He was put in a psych ward. And then after 10 years of being put in a psych ward, they were kind of like, all right, you need to be put on trial now. No more of this bullshit about you are insane, okay? You're going to be put on trial now. And they put him on trial. They didn't believe a word he said about him being like not knowing what he was doing and all that. Like, they were just like, we don't buy it. You knew what you were doing when you did it. And they put him away again. And he died in the psych ward, in an asylum for like, I forget, it was something with his lungs. Something with his lungs. But yeah, he died in the psych ward. He was never released. And that was in 1984 that he died in the hospital. So, yeah, he was found guilty ultimately. And what else? I think the craziest thing about this is that so many characters were inspired off Ed Gein, not just Bubba. You know, like, Bubba is just the tip of the iceberg. I found out that also, what's his name? Buffalo Bill from, Silence of the Lambs. He was also inspired off Ed Gein because of the skin suits. I'd fuck me. And then the other character that was inspired off Ed Gein was Psycho, who's Norman Bates, because of the whole obsession with his mother. So there was a lot of different horror movies that were inspired off one fucked up individual. So imagine if that guy didn't kill that poor lady and didn't kill his brother maybe, and, you know, didn't do all this fucked up shit with bodies. Imagine. What would it be like now? Like, would we, there would be no Texas Chainsaw movie. There would be no Silence of the Lambs movie. And even if there would be no Buffalo Bill inside of that movie. So it probably wouldn't have been the same movie. And, there wouldn't have been a Psycho either. Does that mean the world is a worse place for that? No. It's just, it's crazy how shit works out. Don't fuck with the timeline, because that shit is a real deal. He's not holding this mallet at all. Like, at all. That shit is loosey-goosey, lemon loosey. So you're going to have to do an angle like that to get him to hold the mallet. Let's see. Same goes for this. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. I see what it is. There's a specific spot. Oh, okay. See that? You got to get it in that slot to hold it right. So let's try that with the mallet. Aha! Okay. Now that I like better. It's just taking forever. Be careful pushing that through. You might end up breaking the mallet. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. I love that. I love that. Okay, and then I don't ever see him holding a switchblade, like, ever. That blade is a hitchhiker weapon, man. Or a fucking Johnny weapon. Johnny is not from the movie. Johnny is from the game only. Inspired off movie characters, but he's not from the movie. Johnny and Sissy were made for the game only. The movie characters are basically Hitchhiker, Cook, Grandpa, and Bubba, aka Leatherface. All right? So yeah, this is going to be it for the review, guys. I'm going to give you a little, like, close-up shot of the end, basically, like I did before. And then I'll show you what we're going to be looking at next weekend in November, because I will see you next month. Basically, this is the last reviews I'll be doing before October ends, and this is right before Halloween begins. Happy Halloween again to everyone. Happy pre-Halloween. And yeah, let me do a little close-up shots for you. Alrighty, that's enough sloppy camera work for one review, don't you think? Thank you everyone for subscribing. Thank you everyone for checking in on my reviews this weekend, or on all my reviews, to be honest with you. I really appreciate all the support. This is going to be it for my Halloween themed weekend. I hope you all enjoyed my figures. These are all the figures I reviewed this weekend. And let me know if you like what I'm doing here. I may end up doing this more often in the future, where like the last review of the weekend, I show everything I got from, or well, not got, showed during the weekend. But yeah, this is going to be it. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys tune in to my next review next weekend in November. We're going into November, people. And, you know, it's been a while since I showed you something turtle related. Oh, there goes the alien. He fell from that incredibly difficult position that I got him in, the predator holding him up or making it look like he was holding him up. That was a pain in the ass, but I got it done. Anyway. So yeah, it's been a while since I showed you some turtles, and I apologize for that. I was taking a break. I didn't really see anything I liked, but thankfully for my friend Sammy, he gave me a heads up on this amazing item here. It's too big to take through the opening there. I got myself the Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, Morphed Donatello and Morphed Leonardo. We're going to be looking at this next weekend, starting on Friday. Starting in November, the first review of November, okay? And definitely not the last. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all of you again. I can't say it enough. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check me out next weekend. Happy Halloween! Be safe out there. Be safe, but get crazy too. Happy Halloween. Peace, peace.